It is now official. Congress has passed a new bill affecting Social Security, and it includes an extra payment scheduled for this month. This update directly impacts millions of retirees, disabled individuals, and survivors who rely on Social Security as a primary source of income. In today's update, everything will be explained clearly and calmly so that anyone can understand exactly what has changed, what the extra payment means, who may qualify, how it will be delivered, and what seniors should expect moving forward. This is not speculation or rumor. The measure has officially passed through Congress and has been confirmed through federal channels, making this one of the most important Social Security developments of the year. The newly passed legislation focuses on strengthening Social Security payments while also providing temporary financial relief in the form of an additional payment this month. The bill was designed to address rising living costs, inflation pressure, and the growing financial strain many older Americans are experiencing. Over the past few years, everyday expenses such as groceries, utilities, rent, property taxes, insurance premiums, and medical costs have steadily increased. While cost of living adjustments have helped, many seniors have still found it difficult to keep up. This new bill aims to provide short-term relief while also reinforcing long-term payment stability. The most immediate part of this legislation is the extra payment that will be issued this month. This additional payment is separate from regular monthly Social Security benefits. It is not replacing the standard benefit, and it does not reduce future payments. Instead, it is being distributed as supplemental relief. For many recipients, this may appear as a second deposit within the same month, depending on their payment schedule. Those who receive their benefits through direct deposit will likely see the extra funds deposited into the same bank account they already use for Social Security. Individuals who receive paper checks will receive the additional payment through the same mailing method already on file. The reason for issuing this extra payment now is tied to ongoing economic conditions. Inflation has affected seniors in particular because many retirees live on fixed incomes. When food prices rise or prescription medication costs increase, there is often no additional income to absorb those changes. Lawmakers structured this bill to provide targeted support to Social Security beneficiaries who are most vulnerable to rising expenses. The extra payment is meant to help offset higher monthly costs that have accumulated over time. In addition to the one-time extra payment, the bill includes provisions that adjust how certain benefit calculations are handled going forward. While the immediate focus is the supplemental deposit this month, the broader legislation also contains updates that may influence future payment amounts. Some of these adjustments aim to protect beneficiaries from unexpected reductions and to improve payment accuracy. Administrative improvements are also part of the bill designed to reduce processing delays and strengthen communication between Social Security offices and recipients. For seniors who are already receiving retirement benefits, the process should be automatic. There is no need to submit a new application or complete additional paperwork to receive the extra payment. Eligibility is generally based on current enrollment in Social Security programs such as retirement benefits, disability benefits, or survivor benefits. Supplemental Security income recipients may also qualify depending on the specific eligibility guidelines outlined in the legislation. Federal authorities have structured the payment system to ensure that eligible individuals receive the funds without additional steps. The timing of the extra payment is aligned with the regular Social Security distribution calendar. Social Security payments are typically sent based on birth dates or program category. For example, retirees born between certain dates receive payments on specific Wednesdays of the month. Supplemental Security income recipients usually receive payments at the beginning of the month. The extra payment will follow a similar distribution structure to avoid confusion and administrative complications. This means recipients should monitor their usual payment dates, as the supplemental amount will likely coincide with those established schedules. It is important to understand that this extra payment is not a loan and does not need to be repaid. It is also not considered an advance that reduces future benefits. The legislation clearly outlines that the funds are supplemental assistance for tax purposes. Recipients should remain aware that Social Security income may be taxable depending on total annual income. However, the extra payment itself does not change the fundamental taxation structure of Social Security benefits. Individuals with concerns about tax impact should review their overall income levels and plan accordingly, but no immediate action is required for most recipients. Another major component of the bill involves strengthening the long-term funding outlook of Social Security. While the immediate extra payment is receiving the most attention, lawmakers also addressed broader financial sustainability issues. Adjustments in funding allocations and revenue mechanisms were included to reinforce the program's stability. These changes aim to preserve benefits for current retirees while protecting future beneficiaries from potential reductions. Although long-term projections have raised concerns in recent years, this bill represents an effort to provide additional financial support to the system. Many seniors have expressed concern about whether this extra payment could impact eligibility for other assistance programs. In general, federal relief payments are structured so they do not count as income for certain benefit programs, especially if they are one-time supplemental payments. However, recipients who receive needs-based assistance such as housing support or Medicaid should remain aware of reporting requirements in their state. The legislation was crafted with protections in mind, but individuals should stay informed about how various programs coordinate. For disabled individuals receiving Social Security disability insurance, the extra payment follows the same automatic structure. There is no separate application for disability recipients. The payment will be processed using the same system that distributes regular monthly benefits. Those receiving supplemental security income due to disability should also expect automatic processing if they qualify under the bill's guidelines. The goal is to ensure fairness and equal access across all Social Security categories. Survivor benefit recipients, including widows and widowers who rely on Social Security payments after the loss of a spouse, are also included in the scope of this legislation. Many surviving spouses face financial challenges due to fixed incomes combined with medical or housing expenses. The extra payment is intended to provide support across all major beneficiary categories. This inclusive structure ensures that relief is not limited to a single group, but instead extends to the broader Social Security population. Administrative improvements included in the bill may also help reduce processing backlogs. Over the past few years, Social Security offices have experienced staffing challenges and increased workloads. The legislation allocates additional resources to improve service efficiency, enhance phone and in-person support, and modernize digital systems. These changes may not be immediately visible to recipients, but they are designed to improve overall service quality in the long term. As the extra payment is issued this month, seniors should monitor their bank accounts or mail delivery according to their normal payment schedule. It is important to remain patient during distribution days as processing times can vary slightly depending on financial institutions. Direct deposit recipients often receive funds faster than paper check recipients. However, both methods are included in the rollout plan. The broader message of this legislation is stability and relief. Lawmakers have recognized the financial strain facing older Americans and have taken formal action to provide support. While the extra payment offers immediate assistance, the structural adjustments aim to strengthen Social Security for the future. Seniors who rely on these benefits can view this development as a sign that federal authorities are addressing ongoing economic pressures. This update also highlights the importance of staying informed. Social Security is a complex system with multiple categories and payment structures. Changes such as this can sometimes cause confusion, especially when additional deposits appear. Understanding that this payment is supplemental and officially authorized helps reduce uncertainty. Clear communication from federal agencies will continue throughout the month to ensure beneficiaries understand what to expect. In summary, Congress has officially passed a bill that includes an extra Social Security payment this month, along with additional provisions aimed at strengthening the program. The payment will be automatic for eligible beneficiaries and distributed according to established schedules. It does not replace regular benefits, does not require repayment, and is structured to provide financial relief during a time of increased living costs. Administrative improvements and funding adjustments are also part of the broader legislation, reinforcing the long-term stability of Social Security. Now that the immediate announcement and structure of the bill have been explained, it is important to go deeper into what this means in practical, everyday terms for seniors across the United States. The extra payment being issued this month is not just a headline. For many households, it represents real relief at a time when monthly budgets have been stretched thin. Rent increases, property tax adjustments, higher insurance premiums, and rising food prices have all placed pressure on fixed incomes. Even with annual cost of living adjustments, many retirees have felt that increases have not fully matched the pace of rising expenses. This supplemental payment is designed to help bridge that gap, even if temporarily. The amount of the extra payment may vary depending on the type of benefit an individual receives. Social Security retirement beneficiaries typically receive payments based on their lifetime earnings record and the age at which they began collecting benefits. Disability beneficiaries receive payments based on a similar earnings formula adjusted for eligibility criteria. Survivor beneficiaries receive payments based on the earnings history of the deceased worker. Because monthly benefit amounts vary from person to person, the extra payment may be structured proportionally or issued as a flat supplemental amount, depending on how the bill was finalized in its funding design. Federal administrators are applying the payment formula consistently across eligible categories to ensure fairness. For retirees who depend primarily on Social Security income, this extra payment can serve multiple purposes. Some may use it to cover overdue utility bills, especially during colder or hotter months when energy usage increases. Others may apply it toward prescription medications, dental expenses, or medical equipment that is not fully covered by insurance. Many seniors also face increased grocery costs due to inflation in food supply chains. Even modest supplemental funds can make a noticeable difference when carefully managed. One of the key elements of this legislation is that it does not change the regular monthly Social Security schedule. Regular benefits will continue exactly as scheduled based on established payment dates. This is important because beneficiaries rely on predictable timing. The extra payment is layered on top of the standard benefit and does not alter when future monthly deposits will occur. Payment timing consistency remains intact, preserving stability for budgeting purposes. It is important to remember that Social Security operates within a larger network of federal and state programs designed to support older Americans. Medicare, Medicaid, housing assistance, nutrition programs, and energy support programs all intersect with retirement income. This extra Social Security payment does not replace those programs, but complements them. Beneficiaries should continue monitoring updates related to healthcare premiums and related costs, as those factors significantly influence monthly budgets. Over time, conversations about Social Security funding will likely continue. Demographic changes, including an aging population and shifting workforce patterns, create ongoing policy discussions. However, the immediate focus remains on ensuring that beneficiaries receive the promised supplemental payment smoothly and securely this month. The administrative rollout is structured to minimize disruption and confusion. Clear communication channels have been emphasized to ensure that seniors understand what to expect. For those who rely on direct deposit, it may be helpful to review bank statements carefully during scheduled payment windows. The extra deposit may appear as a separate line item or combined with a regular payment depending on processing systems. For paper check recipients, mailing timelines may vary slightly depending on postal schedules. Patience during distribution days is important as processing times differ across financial institutions. Ultimately, this legislation represents a direct response to financial pressure facing millions of Americans who rely on Social Security. It reinforces the principle that Social Security is a foundational safety net. by authorizing an extra payment while also strengthening administrative and funding structures, Congress has taken steps to address both immediate and longer-term concerns. In closing, this official passage of a Social Security bill that includes an extra payment this month marks a significant moment for retirees, disabled individuals, and survivor beneficiaries across the country. The supplemental funds are automatic, structured through established payment systems, and designed to provide relief during a time of rising living costs. Regular monthly benefits remain unchanged. Cost of living adjustments continue under existing formulas, and long-term program stability remains a priority within the legislation. Seniors can move forward with confidence, knowing that this measure was formally authorized and carefully structured to support those who depend on Social Security. The most. Staying informed, protecting personal information, and using the supplemental payment wisely will help ensure that this opportunity provides meaningful financial relief.